the abandoned village that vanished overnight. They say places don't just disappear, that buildings can't simply vanish and leave no trace behind. But deep in the forgotten woods of Eastern Europe, there's a story that defies every rule of logic and reality. This is the chilling tale of Kovalevka, the village that vanished overnight. For decades, Kovalevka was nothing more than a dot on an old map, a tiny farming village with fewer than 200 residents. It wasn't famous, it wasn't wealthy, it was just ordinary. But maybe that's why no one noticed when things started to change. Travelers passing through in the early 1980s reported an unsettling silence there. No birds, no animals, just the wind, carrying something that sounded like whispering. "They're calling," one farmer had written in his journal days before he vanished. "They want us to follow." On the night of September 14th, 1983, a storm rolled across the region. Nothing unusual. But the next morning, a delivery truck that visited the village every week arrived to find nothing. Greater than no people, no homes, no livestock. The entire village was gone. Greater than not destroyed, not burned, just gone. Only one thing remained, a single wooden sign hanging from a tree, carved with 3 words, "We answered them." Authorities sealed off the area. For weeks, military teams combed the forest. Satellite images showed a clearing, but no sign that buildings had ever existed. Foundations, pipes, wiring, all gone. Stranger still, dogs and drones refused to enter the space where Kovalevka once stood. Machines would lose power, animals would whine and retreat, and those who did enter reported hearing faint voices in the air. One investigator described it as hundreds of people whispering in unison, though no one else heard a thing. What really happened in Kovalevka? Theories abound. Some believe the villagers performed a mass ritual, offering themselves to an ancient entity whispered about in Slavic folklore, the caller. Others claim it was a government experiment gone wrong, a dimensional tear that erased the town from existence. But the most disturbing theory is also the simplest. They followed the voices into the woods, and they never came back. Today, the location is known among locals as the Hollow Place. Maps don't mark it. Tourists are warned to stay away. But on certain nights, when the wind is just right, travelers swear they hear soft voices calling from the trees. And if you listen closely, they're not calling for help. They're calling you,